Nike just released a brand new commercial featuring Caitlin Clark and her new Kobe shoe that she released today. And I saw this commercial yesterday on social media. I thought it was so cool. There's a shot when she's in the locker room and she opens her eye and it like turns into what looks like a snake eye, but when you zoom in, it's actually the
Clip 1. Nike just pulled the ultimate corporate plot twist, and A'ja Wilson is absolutely seething. After years of pouring millions into Wilson's brand while watching Caitlin Clark set the internet on fire every single time she breathes near a basketball, Nike finally woke up and smelled the reality check.
Finally delivers Caitlin Clark PE. Is this the first Caitlin Clark exclusive Nike commercial since she's entered the WNBA? I know she's made a cameo here, she's made a cameo there, she was featured as part of this rollout here, featured as part of this rollout there, but is this our first official Caitlin Clark solo commercial since she has joined the WNBA?
They've been betting on the wrong horse this entire time. And now that they're shifting gears toward the woman who actually moves merchandise, A'ja's having a full-blown meltdown. Folks, this isn't just about shoes. This is about Nike finally admitting they've been playing favorites with someone whose sneakers collect dust while Clark's products crash their website faster than a dial-up connection in 2025.
And Nike are officially dropping Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever player-exclusive Kobe 5s in just a couple weeks. So this shoe was first seen being worn by Caitlin and was thought to be a colorway made just for her up until just a couple days ago, where Nike's official images of the shoes got leaked and the announcement was made saying that everyone will now have a chance to.
Let's talk numbers because math doesn't lie, even when your ego wants it to. A'ja Wilson's Nike A1 shoes, sure, they sold out in 5 minutes back in May. Sounds impressive until you realize they only released a limited quantity, basically creating artificial scarcity. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark drops a Kobe collaboration and 13,000 pairs vanish in literal minutes. Not 5 minutes, minutes.
Oh, I don't think I'd be in the wrong to say Caitlin Clark's Kobe is the sneaker of the week, and everyone's focus is mostly on this one. If you really wanted that shoe, I hope you put your footwork in, because there's supposedly only 13,000 pairs on Sneakers App tomorrow. Combine that with a really high resale value, I expect this shoe to be a relatively difficult call. But my hope seriously is that with Caitlin Clark's sneaker coming out, that this sets a precedent and we might see other exclusive player edition Kobe's drop for the public.
The Nike website didn't just slow down. It practically surrendered to the Caitlin Clark army. Resale prices immediately shot up to $350.00 $600.00 on the secondary market. When Clark's merchandise hits the market, it doesn't just sell out. It creates a feeding frenzy that makes Black Friday look like a casual yard sale.
These things is some fire. I'm telling you, where there's smoke, there is fire, and these things is hitting so hard. And who got a bot? Who a shoe plug? Because I need 2 pairs. I need one for the sneaker wall, and I need one for my feet, because these things is hitting right here, and no, I don't want to pay $600 on Go.
But here's where it gets spicy. Nike spent 2 solid years developing A'ja's signature line, giving her the full princess treatment. Custom logos, personal design input, the works. They let her embed Celtic symbols for her parents, quotes from her grandmother, and enough personal touches to make it a family scrapbook with laces.
I lost all respect for A'ja Wilson. I don't want to hear her opinions. I don't care what she has to say from this point on. When you keep a Nike deal 2 years in secret while you're spewing all that crazy stuff about Caitlin Clark in the Time magazine, read it. Read what she said in the Time magazine. Yet you had a Nike deal the whole entire time.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, still waiting for her actual signature shoe while wearing Kobe hand-me-downs that outsell Wilson's custom masterpieces by margins that would make a mathematician weep. Nike gave Wilson everything she asked for and more. Yet somehow Clark's leftovers generate more buzz than Wilson's carefully crafted brand statements.
So it's finally here. Caitlin Clark sneakers from Nike is finally dropping. She was signed to them last year, and the sneakers is a year late in my opinion, but nonetheless I'm excited because these sneakers is finally coming out. But what does annoy me a little bit is that this is a collaboration with Kobe. Now, Kobe, respect to Kobe, the legend, rest in peace, great basketball player. But in my opinion, Caitlin Clark is a big enough star and she's creating her own legacy. So I feel like at least for her first sneaker, it shouldn't be a collaboration with any other player, dead or alive, in my opinion. I feel like Caitlyn should have, for her first shoe, had her own original design just for her. No.
If you are enjoying, please subscribe. And let's address the elephant in the room. A'ja Wilson's me mentality. This woman has been campaigning for attention like she's running for president of basketball. She got her signature shoe, her custom logo that sparks conversation. Translation, nobody knows what it means. Her Nike commercials directed by Malia Obama, and still can't stop acting like the world owes her something. Meanwhile, Clark just shows up, plays basketball, and accidentally becomes the most marketable athlete Nike has seen since Michael Jordan. Wilson's out here demanding respect, while Clark's earning it by crashing websites and filling arenas without even trying.
And all this was done while the shoe's being developed, while the collection's being done. To demonize Caitlin Clark and try to label her as a privileged white girl that's getting all the privileges, even though she earned everything she got. This ain't about color. This is about good and bad. And I find this a little evil. I find this evil. This is beyond bad, because you had the ability to speak up and say, hey, everybody, relax. Don't get on Caitlin Clark. She got a shoe deal. That's cool. I got one too. Mine's taking a little bit, but it's going to come out. Just be patient. She could have came out and said that, but she didn't.
The funniest part, Nike actually tried to make this work. They gave Wilson a $20+ million contract extension, created entire marketing campaigns around her diamond in the rough persona, and pushed her story harder than a used car salesman on commission. But you can't manufacture what Caitlin Clark has naturally. Clark signed her 8-year, $28 million, zero deal and immediately became Nike's most valuable asset without them even having to work for it. Every time she steps on a court wearing Nike gear, it's free advertising worth millions. Wilson needs production teams, storylines, and carefully crafted narratives. Clark just needs to exist.
He did not fumble Caitlin Clark. It takes years and years of research and development and building and designing and trialing and erroring to build a custom shoe line. Caitlin Clark has played in only Kobe 5s and Kobe 6s almost exclusively for like the last 3 or 4 years. If they are building a shoe for Caitlin Clark, that Caitlin Clark is going to wear, that she's going to sell, that she's going to give away to her teammates, to her fans, to whomever, it has to be as good as, if not better, than the Kobe 5 or 6. And there's new Kobe variants out, and she doesn't wear them. She signed a $28 million 10-year contract with Nike. Year 2. We're in year 2 of that. The shoes are coming. They have to design them. It takes several years for this to happen. We're not just doing a colorway like Cage.
Let's talk about market impact, because this is where Wilson's delusions crash into cold hard reality. Caitlin Clark generated an estimated $82,500,000 in economic impact for Iowa alone. That's not a typo. $82,500,000 0 cents from one player in one state. Her influence extends beyond basketball into pure cultural phenomenon territory. Nike executives are probably kicking themselves for not realizing they had the female Michael Jordan sitting right there while they were busy trying to make A'ja Wilson happen like she's some kind of basketball fetch from Mean Girls. The writing was on the wall from day one, but Nike was too caught up in their social justice scorecard to read it. Former Nike basketball marketing director Jordan Rodgers literally went public calling out his old company for fumbling the Caitlin Clark opportunity. A former insider had to shame them into recognizing what everyone else could see. That Clark was the golden goose they were ignoring while force-feeding the public a different narrative. Nike stock hit a 5-year low while they were busy trying to make Wilson the face of women's basketball instead of embracing the actual face of women's basketball.
Your stock price since 2021, it is down nearly 60%. Your executives and the people who are making these decisions, their stock options are worthless. Meanwhile, you have the single biggest needle mover in all of American sports since Michael Jordan, and you have somehow convinced yourself that you need to slow play this. Let me show you Google Trends search traffic for 4 female basketball players. There is one who only rivals Caitlin Clark, and that is Angel Reese, and you do not have her. She is over at Reebok. I am so confused as to how you would be so invested in the WNBA for several years, and you have been doing great work to try to elevate and uplift that league and many of the athletes there. But this seems like you have convinced yourself that this needs to be an either-or conversation. And we never have an either-or conversation in the men's sports. You have like 10 signature athletes. Half of them don't deserve a signature.
And now suddenly Nike is waking up. Clark's Kobe shoes drop and the internet literally breaks. Not experiences heavy traffic breaks. Meanwhile, Wilson's watching her carefully orchestrated rollout get overshadowed by Clark's casual Tuesday afternoon shoe release. The contrast is so stark it's almost embarrassing. Wilson needs months of build-up, promotional tours, and marketing campaigns to move her inventory. Clark needs a social media post and suddenly people are camping outside sneaker stores like it's a supreme drop. But here's what really has Asia twisted. Nike is finally acknowledging what everyone else already knew. Clark doesn't just sell shoes. She sells dreams. The market has spoken with its wallets and the message is crystal clear. Caitlin Clark is the future and Asia Wilson is yesterday's news trying to stay relevant in tomorrow's game.
The board, this commercial was a 10 for 10, and a lot of people have been getting on Nike because they don't feel like they have been promoting Caitlin as much as they should. But I will say we have to give credit where credit is due. I feel like in the past month or so, they have been tweeting about Caitlin more, and then obviously with this shoe release, they made this super sick commercial to promote it. And of course, just today, Caitlin Clark's new Kobe PE shoe sold out in less than a minute. And I saw so many tweets about this, so many people who were so sad that they missed out on this shoe. I saw that there was this one Dick's store and people were lined up around the corner, like camping out, trying to get the shoe.
Nike